On July 25th, we flew from Orlando to Paris, and our hotel was located near Notre Dame in the neighborhood of Saint-Germain-des-Prés. Before checking in, we drank some delicious espresso at Milongo.
And then we found our way to our first French pastry shop, Maison Thévenin, where we had some chocolate eclairs. Here's what our room looked like at Hotel d'Aubusson.
In the afternoon, we took an electric bike tour, which first stopped at the Louvre. After the ride, we had our first authentic French dinner, filled with meat and cheese. Thursday, we met up with Dad's sister Lisa to tour the Louvre.
That evening, we had a French cooking class where we made a cauliflower soup, coq au vin with potatoes and veggies, followed by homemade ice cream with a cooked pear.
Friday, we took a tour of the Muséum d'Orsay, which used to be a train station. The art here was all about the Impressionists. Afterwards, we went to the Eiffel Tower where we had a lunch at Le Jules Verne, a fancy restaurant about halfway up the tower. After our meal, we went outside to enjoy the view. That evening, we took the metro to the Arc de Triomphe, where we climbed the stairs to the top.
Saturday, we had a food tour through the Le Marais neighborhood in Paris, which started with a bread company and then some of the best macarons. That evening, we took a walking tour of the Montmartre neighborhood, which took us to the Love Wall, in which the phrase "I love you" is featured in 250 languages. Eventually, we walked up to the Basilica of Sacré-Cœur.
We snapped a photo right outside the entrance before finding our way back down the stairs to our performance that night at the Moulin Rouge.
Sunday we slept in before walking over to Le Jardin du Luxembourg.
We then walked over to the apartment where Emily from Emily in Paris lives. After that, we walked over to Gabrielle's restaurant, which is right around the corner. Nearby, we visited the Pantheon.
Monday, we took a self-guided tour of the Palais Garnier, one of the most famous opera houses in the world. This is also where Phantom of the Opera took place.
For dinner, we climbed aboard Bustronomy, a touring bus converted into a gourmet restaurant where we were served a 5-course meal while driving past the most famous locations in the city. Eventually, we ended up at the Eiffel Tower right when it lit up. It was the perfect ending to our trip to Paris.
Tuesday, we took the Eurostar bullet train from Paris to London. Once in London, we took the Underground to the Covent Garden Hotel. For lunch, we went to the Seven Dials Market before heading to our first show at the Fortune Theatre, Operation Mincemeat. Then later at the Gillian Lynne Theatre, we saw Crazy for You. Wednesday morning, Alanna's camp friend Amy arrived, and we took bikes over the river to Shakespeare's Globe, where we saw Midsummer Mechanicals. We then walked over to the Old Vic, where we saw Groundhog Day, the musical. That afternoon, we hung out at the hotel and had some dinner before heading to the accidental death of an anarchist. Our night ended with some ice cream from Utterlicious. Thursday, we skipped over to the Tower of London and walked across the Tower Bridge. On the other side was the Bridge Theatre, where we saw Guys and Dolls. At intermission, they had performances that I could film.
And so, until then, I shall wait.
Our last show of the trip before we left was La Cage aux Fous at Regent's Park Open Air Theatre.